Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
கைலை படித்தவனே கருமத்தை கரைப்பவனே கருணையை ஜொலிப்பவனே கருணையில் உதித்தவனே கைலை படித்தவனே கருமத்தை கரைப்பவனே கருணையை ஜொலிப்பவனே கர்மத்தை காப்போனே செந்தாமில் சேர்ப்போனே அடியார்க்கும் நித்யானந்த பரம்பொருளே அவதார நாயகனே அவதார நாயகனே அவதார நாயகனே தென்னாடு உடையவனே செந்தமிழ் தலைவனே தென்னாடு உடையவனே சிவனே என் அருணாசல சிவனே
of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, we are starting the third day celebrations of the Maha Paramashivaratri Brahmotsava. The deities of Paramashiva, Paramashiva Shakti, Ganesha, Subramanya, Chandikeshwara, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, are gracing now in Sarvalankara, the grandest decoration in the Utsava Mandapam in KAILASA'S temples around the world. Let us now offer puja to all the deities and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as puja is an activity by the brain to mirror the neurological activity of the higher vertical time zones. On this third day of the Maha Paramashivaratri Brahmotsavam, let us offer our devotion and love to Paramashiva along with the Shatmurtis and to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva.
Om Shri Rama Pujita Padambuja Chapapane Shri Chakra Rajakrita Sagripamburashe Shri Setu Moola Charana Pravanantaranga Shri Ramanatha Lagutara Yajanmavardhim Sahasradala Pankaje Sakala Shita Rashmi Prabham Varabhayakarambujan Vimalagandha Pushpambaram प्रसन्नवदनेक्षणं सकलदेवतारूपिणं स्मरेच्छिरसि हंसकं तदभिमानपूर्वं गुरुम् अथ धूपः ॐ दशाङ्गं गुग्गुलोपेतं सुगन्धं च सुमनोहरम् आघ्रेयः सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगृह्यताम् श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति पर्वतवर्धिन्यम्बिका समेत नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव रामनाथ स्वामिने नमः। श्री सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिवाय नमः। धूपमाघ्रापयामि। अथ दीपः ॐ साज्यं त्रिवर्ति संयुक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया ग्रहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहम् श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति पर्वतवर्धिन्यम्बिका समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव रामनाथ स्वामिने नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। दीपं संदर्शयामि। अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ अमृते अमृतोद्भवे अमृतवर्षिणी अमृतं श्रवय श्रावय स्वाहा। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति पर्वतवर्धिन्यम्बिका समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव रामनाथ स्वामिने नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि। नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनं समर्पयामि। नीराजनम् ष्ट्यायजते इमां जनतागुं संगृह्णानीति। द्वादशारत्नीरशना भवति। द्वादशमासा संवत्सरः संवत्सरमेवावरुन्धे मौनी भवति। ऊर्ध्वै मुञ्जाः ऊर्जमेवावरुन्धे। चित्रा नक्षत्रं भवति। चित्रं वा एतत् कर्म कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति पर्वतवर्धिन्यम्बिका समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव रामनाथ स्वामिने नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि। रक्षां धारयामि। शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तंभस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्री नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम्। मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम्। परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम्। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानन्द परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु। ॐ नित्यानन्दम्।
नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशक्तिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Om, Om, Om. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashivaratri Brahmotsavam, third day, quantum entanglement, quantum enlightenment, Satsang and spiritual alchemy process. On this auspicious day, I welcome all of you with my love and respects. As the ultimate manifestation of the ultimate Paramashiva, bless you all with Paramadvaita. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailas. Put your whole energy on your being, space, remove even the smallest weed, the seed of the weed. Keep the insight, inner space, aham, perfect. You already achieved. Listen carefully. Only from Purna, Purna can manifest. Purnamada Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnamevavasishyate. Only from the Purna, Purna can manifest. I'll give you basic cosmic law, Prabanja Dharma, Listen. Your mind is a matter, not conscious. It believes what you consciously repeat. What you consciously repeat, mind will simply believe. Mind is the fertile ground. Anything you sow grows. The first law is your mind believes what you repeat. I want to speak to you a simple truth, yet one so profound that it determines the entire course of your life. Son, I want to speak to you about a simple truth, yet one so profound that it determines the entire course of your life. The truth is this: your mind will believe whatever you repeat to it. That is why I insist so much on ajapa japa. Many who does not know the science of consciousness, law of cosmos, who knows only about mind, superficially about the subconscious, unconscious, all these false categorization of small knowledge, incomplete knowledge. People know only those few things. They try to stop you repeating anything, trying to tell, oh, it's like a self-hypnotizing, oh, it is wrong, you become dull. No. Son, if you consciously repeat, you are the ultimate, mind simply believes it. To repeat it. Understand this very well. It's not just casual statement I am saying. It's a very foundation of all creation, all progress, and all failures. Always believe the materialistic society makes us believe, forces us to believe that our circumstances shape our thoughts, that what happens to us molds who we are, but the reality is far more powerful and far more sobering. Modern day, many countries have started legally forcing you to believe only the external situation can decide your internal mood. No, they are going to the extreme. If you the award, only then you can be happy. You can't be happy on your own. You don't have a right to be happy on your own. Your everything is dependent on the of the country and how country treats you. One thing I am happy. Gen Z is going to choose off the grid life. They are not going to be hooked anymore to the grid. I am telling you, In 10 years, you will see half of the humanity will renounce grid-centric life and will start living off the grid life. The Gen Z is tired, sick and tired, bored of these toxic laws which no one knows why it came, why it exists, what is the relevance to it. Gen Z is not going to take it. Half of the humanity, please understand, I mean it, half of the humanity is going to become off the grid life. Will just travel, drive around, and they will mostly do only the freelance activities for wealth generation. As freelancers, they will support each other. As startup, each person, each individual will become a startup. And they will all support each other. They will build the supply chain. Whether it's a food, shelter, clothes, money, all the basic needs, everything. The traditional system built after the Second World War is going to collapse due to the AI revolution. The new world order is going to evolve. Mainly, it is going to be off the grid life. Most of the countries will lose the idea of border. Means any human being will be able to travel to any country, live, work as long as they want. The off-the-grid life is going to be welcomed by almost all countries. Especially the countries which want to grow, which stands for humanism, which is more pro-humans based. Son, society is struggling very hard to brainwash you and make you believe that your circumstances shape your thoughts. What happens to us molds who we are. But the reality is far more powerful and far more sobering. It is your thoughts repeated silently day after day that give birth to the circumstances around you. Your inner repetitions are not idle murmurs. They are blueprints for the life you are building. Blueprints for the life you are building. The silent phrases you murmur to yourself when you are alone, and the quiet assumptions you make about yourself and your future are the architects of your world. You are aware of it or not. Your life is a reflection of the loudest and most frequent voices in your mind. Every man, every woman, every child becomes nothing more or less than the sum total of their most persistent thoughts. In all indigenous traditions, indigenous civilizations, this truth is taught from the very beginning. See, all the languages evolved in indigenous civilizations. The language itself is built with this principle, proverbs, the grammar structure, the way you speak, the way you use words, the way you have multiple choices of words, all of it repeatedly reminds you, instructs you, helps you to understand this truth. Whatever you repeat, you believe and manifest. Reality is the harvest. We like to pretend that life is happening to us. We say, when the world changes, I will change. When the money comes, I'll feel secure. When the relationship comes, I'll feel lovable. When the body changes, I'll feel confident. But look closely. That is putting the harvest before the seed. Asking mangoes from the field where you planted thorns. Mind does not care about your hopes. It only responds to your sowing. So what have you been sowing? Not what you say in public, that is performance. What you say in public is a performance. Not what you post in public, that's a theater. But what you mutter inwardly when no one is watching. What you mutter inwardly when no one is watching. Those little sentences, those private conclusions, those need to be clear. This is why I insist on ajapa japa. Not only me, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, all indigenous religious traditions, all indigenous religious traditions repeatedly tell you to repeat the right things consciously. So your mind starts believing it and building it and manifesting it. Your mind will believe whatever you repeat to it. Not because your mind is stupid, not because you are gullible, but because mind by its very nature is soil. And soil has no ideology. Soil has no argument. Soil does not hold a parliament to decide whether the seed is worthy or not. Soil receives. And in the same way, your mind receives again and again whatever you drop into it with repetition. Your mind is the soil, words are the seed, reality is the harvest. That's it. Your mind is the soil, words are the seeds, reality is the harvest. I am the farmer who have come here. grow your ultimate. Ancient rishis knew this. So they gave you a technology, japa, repetition. Not because God needs reminding, but because you need reminding. People try to come and ask me, Swamiji, does the God count only based on God count how many japa I do only based on my japa? He will bless me. Relax. Anytime people come and tell me, if I do only 10,000 japa, God will bless me. It means God is sitting and counting how many japa am I doing. Does not need your japa. He does not need your reminding or your repetition, but you do. Repetition is how consciousness sets a groove like water carving rock. How the Ganga carves rock. Same way, the repetition is how consciousness sets a groove. Mind is the soil, repetition is the seed, reality becomes the harvest. The reality is the harvest. The great secret of life is not hidden in the sacred text or in the dusty shelf, nor it is reserved just for mystics and scholars. It is hidden in plain sight, in the quiet, persistent whispers of your own mind, waiting for you to recognize its power. Understand the power of repetition and understand that it does not matter whether a thing is objectively true or completely false. If it is repeated often enough, your mind will accept it as reality. That is why propaganda can sway nations, why advertising shapes entire cultures, and why simple affirmations have transformed broken lives into thriving ones. The mind is like a field, a fertile, ever-ready field that is impartial and obedient. It does not question the seed you place within it. It simply nurtures what is planted. Plant seeds of doubt and fear and limitation, and those weeds will grow wild, choking out the possibility of joy. The seeds of conscious faith, conscious courage, and conscious hope, conscious trust, you will reap the harvest of miracles. Soil does not care whether you plant thorns or roses. It will simply multiply what you give it. So too with your mind. It is never the soil that decides the crop. It's always the seed, and the seed is the thought you choose to repeat. Quantum coherence is when alignment beats intensity. Listen, I'm introducing the new word, quantum coherence. If we borrow the phrase coherence, we can say that coherence is what happens when your inner system stops contradicting itself. Coherence is when thought, feeling, identity, and action point in one direction and stop cancelling each other out. Coherence is not emotional excitement, it's an inner order. Important thing you should know. Coherence is not emotional excitement, it is inner order. Devotion is not emotional excitement, it is inner order. From that inner order, you start celebrating life, God, yourself, Guru, everything. That is devotion. Is why a quiet person with a stable state often outperforms a loud person with unstable desire. The universe does not respond to pleading, it responds to state. Because the universe does not respond to urgency, emotion, or repetition, it responds to alignment. Ask constantly, but receive little, while others ask once quietly and watch reality rearrange itself around that request. Is never desire, it is position. To ask correctly is not to plead, it is to assume. The universe does not evaluate requests, it reflects the states. From which you ask determines the answer that arrives. This is why so many prayers feel unanswered. They are spoken from longing rather than ownership. They are voiced from awareness of absence rather than consciousness of fulfillment. The universe gives you whatever you ask. You ask for when you are asking is indistinguishable from acceptance. You do not ask with words alone. You ask with the feeling, with the identity, with the quiet posture of the mind. Your energetic posture as not just your inner dialogue, emotional baseline. It's where manifesting and praying is one and the same. The first Upanishad beautifully declares, Sohamasmi, even when I am praying, I am you. कर्षे यम सूर्य प्राजावत्य व्यूहरश्मीन् समूह तेज यत्ते रूपं कल्याणतमं तत्ते पश्यामि यो सावसौ पुरुष सोऽहमस्मि. Moment you are asking something, You are asking for something, whether intentionally or not. Your emotional tone is a request. Your self-concept theme, the echo is invisibility. If you feel supported, the echo is cooperation. If you feel behind, the echo is delay. In disguise, this is where most people fail. They ask loudly, they wait anxiously, and they watch for signs. Watching is doubt in disguise. The universe responds when you stop checking and start assuming. The right ultimate state, you are Paramashiva, not the outcomes. Select the state, you are the ultimate. Listen, this is the secret. I am, all of you always repeat that I am, that Aham Spurana, Atma Spurana, I am. What you add next to I am, that two word is Aham. Aham only will become your reality. Ultimate. That Aham Spurana will become reality. If you use the wrong words, I am weak, I am this, I am that, I am failure, I am crying, I am, whatever you repeat next to the I am, most of the time you I am is Atma Spurana. The first word you attach along with I is Aham Spurana. Your Aham Spurana manifests your reality. That's all. Aham Spurana is I am the ultimate. I am Param. Aham Param. Your Aham Spurana. Mahavakya. Aham Spurana. Select the state, not the outcome. So the question is never why it is not working. The question is from what state I am asking. Asking for outcomes and start selecting states. Unstable when the state beneath them is unstable. State changes, outcomes reorganize without effort. Faith here is not belief in possibility, it is familiarity with completion. It is calm readiness. Assumption is the method. Shakti is the method. The feeling of the wish fulfilled is to place yourself in the position of receiver, and position is everything. You cannot receive what you are still reaching for. The hand that is open to receive is not clenched in grasping. I am telling you the truth as it is. In whichever field, to Paramashiva and relaxed, he just manifested. Nothing happened. So I stopped checking for the outcome. I just relaxed with him. Within him, he is manifesting everything. Great truth. Yasmad anugraham laptva mahadajnanam mutsruje tasmai Sri Desikentraya namaschavishta siddhaye. By receiving the Guru's grace, one throws away great ignorance, and that Guru bestows the knowledge and the grace. Yasmin apyudite vinasati bali vayuhu swayam dakshanat praptum tat sahaja swabhava manisam sevecha ekam gurum. Guru's grace arises. Even powerful obstacles dissolve instantly. The natural, effortless state sahaja is attained without struggle. Therefore, serve only that Guru. Listen. I'm not asking you to serve me also. Ask you to serve yourself. On. Repeat the Mahavakya. Consciously repeat it. And know that this is the truth. Mahavakya is the truth. Everything else will collapse. State is the signature of completion. Enter the state of already having, Purna. This does not require imagination that feels forced or dramatic. It requires familiarity. Guru gives you that familiarity. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this were already settled? Not excited, not relieved, but settled. You would feel just settled. That feeling is the key. The universe responds to settled states, the Paramashanta state. Settled states at completion. When you feel settled about something, you stop talking about it internally. You stop arguing with it. You stop planning around its absence. And the universe mirrors that settlement. That's why gratitude works so reliably. Gratitude assumes receipt. And to be thankful is to acknowledge the arrival. Give thanks in all things, not after. Gratitude is not politeness, it is positioning. When you give thanks for what you desire as though it were present, you move yourself into the state that produces it. This is not pretending, this is aligning. Subconscious accepts experience and repetition makes it normal. Subconscious does not know future or past. It knows experience. Whatever is experienced inwardly with feeling is accepted as a fact. The brain adapts to repeated internal states. The body follows belief. Behavior follows identity. The task is to accept the fulfilled state as a normal, not special, as a normal. Sahaja, not Visesha. Sahaja. Normal is powerful. Natural is supernatural. Natural is superbly natural. Because the subconscious accepts what feels normal and rejects what feels Visesha or extreme. Listen carefully. Conscious accepts experience and repetition makes it normal. Tha and bhakti, stability and love are identities before they are events. Man desired stability. This law he stopped asking verbally and asked by changing his inner posture. Assumed steadiness, inwardly as someone supported, planned as someone resourced, and rested as someone safe. Responded with opportunities that matched his new state, and he did not chase them, they appeared. A woman desired love and imagined scenes that felt distant, and her body rejected them. She shifted the approach and asked for love by becoming receptive, calm, open, unprotected, that state drew connection naturally. The universe did not give her what she wanted, it gave her what she feel. Purna, complete, fulfilled, fully in your health as you want the best body, wealth as you want all the things precise. All the energy needed to accumulate what first becomes still. Shant. Stillness removes noise. This starts asking. Fear, guilt, survival threats. But understand all of that is noise. Meaning. Paramashanta. That's first. By witnessing everything that is happening. Second, feel into the state you would occupy if the desire were resolved. The details. First, feel the strength of the pure resolution, Satya Sankalpa, conscious will. Param Aham Brahmasmi. You enjoy, you feel deeply connected. Aham Nithyananda Paramashivam Shivam Aham Paramashivam Aham Brahmasmi. Bhavakya. You feel inspired. Shanta. Second, conscious will. Satya Sankalpa. Third, accept this as your normal. Visions that inspire, conversations that encourage. Make your environment your ally. Guard your senses as you would guard the gates of sacred city. This why Saiva, Shakta, Vaishnava, Ganavatya, Gaumara, in all Sampradaya, if someone wants to achieve great inner world or outer world, enlightenment or wealth, power, anything, has to go to the Gurukul. Gurukul is a sacred ground, the monastery, whatever age you may be. Those who go to the Gurukul young age, when they were young and guarded, where the environment is your ally, and you build the right personality, being to manifest the right things, even if you missed when you were young, don't miss now. Better late than never. Come and spend at least 1 month in Paramashiva Sena program. Consciousness, state of being. Doubts. Your doubts and fears will inevitably rise. Do not wrestle with it. Do not give it power by arguing and fearing it. Repetition. Speak your phrases again. Visualize your reality again. Repeat your vision until it becomes more real than the shadows of doubt that briefly appear. Before the rising sun, it may obscure, but it cannot withstand the persistent light. When the mind has heard the same truth enough times, it can no longer distinguish between imagined and real. It acts as if declarations are already manifested, and it manifests it. Asking becomes invisible, it becomes orientation. Over time, you learn to trust the process. You stop begging life. With circumstances. You place yourself in alignment and let law do its work. Manifestation stops feeling mysterious and becomes procedural. Ask by assuming, receive by allowing, live by alignment, let go of urgency. Urgency belongs to doubt. Certainty is always calm. Let request be quiet and let inner posture do the asking. Now, feel the state of having, accept it as natural, and move forward without waiting. Life will meet you where you have already placed yourself. Asking becomes almost invisible and becomes choice of orientation. You orient toward sufficiency, ease. This coherence is measurable. There's a study by Heart Math Institute. Coherence matters because it turns emotion into signal. When your heart rhythms are disordered, your internal systems are noisy and reactive. When your heart rhythms are coherent, internal systems become more stable and efficient, and the information encoded in your physiology becomes more organized and readable by you and potentially by others. In the year 2004, researchers of Heart Math Institute conducted a study about the impact of heart in the field around us. The heart is described as the body's strongest rhythmic electromagnetic source. Heart Math explicitly states the heart produces the largest rhythmic electromagnetic field of any organ in the body. Heart's electrical field is described as approximately SQID based magnetometers. Heart Math describes biological signaling as the language of patterns and proposes emotional information is encoded in heart rhythm patterns and can be carried via the electromagnetic field into the environment. Heart Math explains that different emotional states modulate heart rhythm patterns and that information is encoded means coherence is not only returning to Paramashanta Swarupa. Around the Guru and Guru Sangha matters. Guru is the ultimate coherence. The ultimate coherence tuning. Change reference system, a living template of integrated ultimate state. When a stable coherent system is near an unstable system begins to it's a strong intervention can create a